All right, so here's another fan fiction idea, and this one was pretty fun because this was based off of a fan fiction, a Patreon request, excuse me, that was sent to me by a friend of mine, and this is a Randy Cunningham Warhammer fantasy story involving two of probably the best characters in the Warhammer fantasy franchise, Gotrek and motherfucking Felix. So, yep. Gotrek and motherfucking Felix. That's how I feel like they should be introduced from here on out. Anyway, so let's get into it. So the story begins with Randy. Essentially, he's just having a normal day at school when he discovers that there's something like kind of wrong. Like essentially, what he's kind of found is that there's been people going, like several students have gone missing for the past like 5 days, and it's starting to get a little weird. And it's like it's not the sorcerer's gone. The sorceress might still be out there, but it's not like Hannibal's. And why would he kidnap people when he has like a workforce of like robo apes and what have you? It doesn't really add up for him. So he's just kind of like sitting there thinking, man. I gotta figure this. Does Spider-Man have to do this? Like this whole investigating crap? So the last person that was taken was Julian. And Julian, like, he's trying to figure out where he, trying to, piece together where he went last night. He was just out at, a local goth bar, enjoying some coffee. And when he was going home, he finds, a piece of Julian's clothing that got scratched up. So he's like, this is not right. So he finds it near a sewer. He finds the thing near a sewer. He finds the shreds of clothing near a sewer. He also sees, scratch marks on the ground. And he's like, oh, scratch marks on the ground? Looking like someone got dragged into the sewers? Yeah, this is gonna end really great. So, Randy jumps into the sewer, in order to find where Julie and the others had gone. So as Randy's going deeper into the sewers, he's hearing scratching noises on the ground, across the walls. He's also trying to figure, he's also listening and hearing just snarling and snapping and squeaking. And that's when he gets attacked by he almost gets someone gets the drop on him from Clan Eskin, and that's right, the Skaven are in. The Skaven have arrived in Norrisville. So yeah, Randy gets attacked by one of the assassin rats from Clan Eshin, and he barely gets to block it, and he's like, damn, holy shit, that's a rat man. So he's fighting it, and he's going blow for blow with this assassin who's just fast. And Randy's having trouble keeping his guard up and trying his best to match the rat blow for blow. But then he starts seeing more red eyes in the dark, and he's like, oh boy. So now Randy knows he's outnumbered, and now has to he wants to cut and run, but he can't leave Julian and the others alone, because now he knows whatever these things are, if they are still alive, then either they're holding them for something or eating them. I can't let either of those things happen, so I'm not going to abandon them. So Randy just holds his ground and keeps fighting and gets ready for another fight, and that's when he hears, "Bring it on, you rat bastards!" And out of nowhere comes this little red-haired dwarf running past him with a giant axe, and a man with a sword drawn follow behind him. And he's like, cool, I wasn't expecting backup, but sure. So Randy dives into the fight with these two unknown individuals, and he's like, damn, these guys are really good fighters. I don't know where they came from, but damn, I am all in on them, kicking ass and taking names. So the Skaven draw back, they scurry away into the darkness, and he's like, and the short guy is like, yeah, there's more where that came from. Who the hell are you? He's talking to Randy. He's like, who the hell are you? And Randy's like, I could ask you guys the same question, because you both look like you've escaped from the nearest Ren Fair. So spill it. Who are you? So the two people explain and reveal themselves like as Gotrek and Felix, and they're like, and if you haven't noticed, we're not from your world. In fact, we didn't know there were multiple worlds at all until we discovered what the Skaven were up to. And Randy's like, Skaven? You mean those rat things? We're like, yeah. We were in the midst of hunting this Skaven that we know pretty well. His name is Thankwol. And Randy's like, cool, sounds like a medicine. And Thankwol was basically working on a new experiment to like open the Skaven to new places of conquest. And it looks like he found a spell that could access your universe. We chased him in here with a good number of his Skaven. Now, thankfully, we stopped his spell from unleashing more Skaven, but he needs more Warpstone. And it looks like he's trying to bring more Warpstone here. And if he does, he's going to unleash the Skaven armies in this universe. So we managed to stop him, and if we can get him to, if we can keep him from doing that, if we can keep him from unleashing his armies and throw him back into our world, we'll be good. So we've been down here for the past few days, also these sewers are a maze. We can't find those missing people. And Randy's like, all right, let's meet back let me take you back to my place and we'll work on a plan. So Randy brings Gotrek and Felix into his house, and Howard's already there eating his food, and Howard's like, cool. Did you go to a Ren? We already made the Ren Fair joke. Let's be a little more let's be a little smarter. And he's like, I found out where the students are being held. They're being held by giant rat men who know magic, and they're from another universe. And Howard's only response was, cool. These guys from that universe? Yep. We're dealing with a multiverse crisis? Yep. Seems like it. Cool. You got any more? You got any more Doritos? Yep. In the fridge. Yep. In the cupboard. Cool. Thanks. So Gotrek and Felix obviously come from a universe where they don't see all this technology, and they're like, your universe is something else. Who said, and also, you're a boy? Like, you're just a young man? And he's like, yeah, you're surprised? He's like, it looks like you've been Gotrek points out that, like, it looks like you've been fighting a war that men should fight. And Randy's like, yeah, well, I didn't exactly get a chance to explain my case to keep, not to be, the chosen one to protect, my town. But I stepped up, and Gotrek is just like, impressive, boy. So they map out where in the sewers these people could be, because the Skaven need slaves to dig up this warp stone that they're trying to harvest. So they go deep back into the sewers. Randy's decked out all in his ninja gear. Gotrek and Felix are also, because Gotrek and Felix are like, we need some more weapons. So they go to, before they head out, they go to S. Ward Smith to, acquire new weapons in order to fight this the Skaven menace. So they go back down there with new with new armor and weapons, and they travel deep into the Skaven lair in the underground of Norrisville, and there he is, Lord fucking Thankwol, commanding the Skaven there and being like, yes, soon I shall reap benefit from harvest gain, and then Council of 13 will make me Chief War Master. Yes. And that's when, he hears a voice go, smoke bomb! And Randy, Gotrek, and Felix are all standing there, ready for a fight, and Thankwol's like, you two! I'm going to crush both of you in this instant! And that's when he summons Bone Ripper, his rat ogre, to attack them. So Randy tells the others to get the kids out of here, and he'll fight Bone Ripper. So he's going one-on-one with Bone Ripper, trying his best to, hold his own. He can't, until Gotrek and Felix do jump in. They fight off him, and Thankwol is already in the midst of trying to open a gateway back, but Randy just uses the Warp Stone, which is as he's trying to utilize the Warp Stone, it's, hurting him, burning him. It's even, sending, green energy into his veins. It's almost like killing him, but he does manage to utilize the Warp Stone to push back Thankwol and the Skaven back into their universe, and hold the portal open long enough for Gotrek and Felix to go through, and the two of them are You're a great warrior, and maybe one day we'll see you. We'll see you again in the afterlife. Good luck to you. So they go through, and that's the end of the story. But Randy throws the warp stone through there, and it's already fucked up his arm. And he's trying to use the art of healing on it. But as he is, he goes back and Howard's there, and Howard's like, "Dude, are you okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm fine. Okay, yes." What? So maybe some sequel bait there if this story does well. So there you go, guys. That is the Randy Cunningham, Gotrek, and Felix story. You guys tell me in the comments below what you guys think of it. Comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.